主要是我暂时还不能开颅嘛，还得活着给你创造一点饭票嘛。
It's a brainstorming experiment. Jie, Dean of the School of Experimental Arts of the Central Academy of Fine Arts, is trying to let artificial intelligence capture his emotions while creating calligraphy. Artistic creation is the ultimate spiritual activity of human beings. Allowing emotionless artificial intelligence to imitate emotions is tantamount to human beings using technology for self-exploration.
我们想做的是最难的事情，就是说，一个 AI 能不能像一个人类书法家这样，在每写一个字的时候都有变化。主要驱动这个变化的应该是情绪因素。
Artificial intelligence experts will collect Jie's emotional data to develop an artificial intelligence mind map. Artificial intelligence is new, but it's all around us. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is an interdisciplinary subject of computer science that comprehends the essence of intelligence and produces a new type of intelligent machine that can react in a similar way to human intelligence. The application of AI is for human beings to provide themselves with greater power and imagination.
看得见图像，听得到声音，这些所谓的大脑感知的规律都已经慢慢被揭示出来了。
As an extremely complex science and technology system, the emotional imitation of AI may still perhaps be in a world of its own. But the burgeoning applications of today's AI are already clearly present in our lives. Chinese people are enjoying a better life brought about by the empowerment of AI. Big data, algorithm, and computing power are the buzzwords of AI innovation nowadays. With the upgrading of Chinese technology, comprehensive perception, deep learning, and continuous progress, an era empowered by AI has begun. This, presumably, is Chen Siying's view of the world. She is visually impaired. The year 2020 will mark the 12th year since Chen Siying, a girl from Shanghai, lost her vision. Unlike those with congenital blindness, she is someone who has perceived light and deeply loves the colorful world she once saw as much as ever.
我想要用自己的方式去看世界，高山有多高，然后天空是有多美。我觉得一定要自己去尝试一下。
On New Year's Day 2020, Siying left her home in Shanghai and embarked on a journey to Japan, the first time she had ever traveled alone. On this trip, Siying no longer relies on the eyes of family members, and a cane is not the only thing she has to depend on, as she has an amazing new companion that made traveling less daunting. Via its intelligent sensitivity, the touchscreen technology for the visually impaired senses the touch of her finger and simultaneously communicates vocally with Chen Siying, guiding her to correctly access the various apps on her phone. By using these apps, Siying has designed a wealth of travel tasks. She looks forward to proving that she can embrace the world to her heart's content.
你好，你好。
apps developed in China, helping her embrace the world.
其实盲人也是有很多事情可以做到的，然后建立一种有勇气并且有自信的一些新的一些概念，比如说是去旅游，可以用这样的方式去打破鸿沟，然后用这样的数字技术和数字生活，去让我看到更多更广的世界。
Everyone's dream is to leave home and explore the world. Right now, what blooms in Sir Ying's heart is perhaps the sunshine and promise of a newly accessible world. By the first quarter of 2020, China sold 100 million 5G mobile phones, 3.59 million apps with 1.1 trillion downloads. China is striving to achieve full coverage of 5G. The coming of the 5G era will help intelligent devices complete more and more complex interactions and will provide a basic guarantee for the rapid development of artificial intelligence. Technological change, knowledge and innovation within the Chinese community will bring hope to more than 60 million disabled people, so the new era will allow them to be like the rest of China's billion-plus population, treading the path of their life with comfort and enjoyment. For the past 2 years, Gu Ye has been searching for his lost self. He just graduated from college, but due to an accident, his left arm was partially amputated, and the new journey of his life, which had been so promising, came to a halt.
对孩子特别内疚，特别心疼。当时那个手没让我看，他也知道不能让我看，一看了过后，可能当时也导致我的休克呀。 因为我之前休克过一次。
The joy has vanished from the face of this young man who once was so optimistic. He now stands at the crossroads of his life, confused and lost.
在家里就不爱出门，除了吃饭、睡觉，他就玩手机。当有我认识的人看到的时候，我总是心里比较膈应嘛，我会很敏感，就基本上不太爱交流。
Disabled people receive more attention than any other group in the world. For the 24 million plus disabled people in China, disability is not only a physical pain, but also a constant psychological imbalance and lingering darkness. But they yearn to find themselves whole and return to their former lives. Scientists have been on a never-ending quest to help people like Gu Ye find the way to reactivate their life potential. The human brain is extremely complex and controls the most sophisticated system of the human body. And new technological upgrades have led to the creation of human-machine interfaces. The dream of disabled people using their brain to operate mechanical limbs is moving from fantasy to reality. Huang Qi is now a father. With the birth of his son, he has experienced a new joy in life. The energetic growth of his child has given him a new understanding of life. There is a global race of cutting-edge technology to create a brain-machine interface, and Huang Qi's life ambition is to be the first to reach the finishing line.
当时就是跟一个残疾朋友聊的时候，他第一次按这种手，就是热泪盈眶的感觉让我特别感动。就是我们发现这种手可以大大的帮助残疾人他们的生活，改变他们的一些思维方式或者他们的生活方式。
After 3 years of hard work, Huang Qi used instructions generated by brain electrodes to successfully control the robotic arm. However, communicating with the signal control system was just the first step in inventing this intelligent arm. If you attach external electrodes to the surface of the skin of a limb, when the brain issues an impulse, the muscles under the skin will generate an electrical activity signal. Muscle activity signals collected by the electrodes are instantly recognized as a specific movement intention of the body. They then get mapped to the robot to perform the action. This extremely complex set of synchronized operations between human signals and intelligent algorithms for Huang Qi is equivalent to creating a human-machine combination set of neural control systems. With more than 200 high-tech components making up the ARM, as well as the formidable computer power of AI in its neural control system, the bionic arm can move flexibly and grip precisely. This bionic arm, as if from sci-fi, is the work of Huang Qi's team. What they urgently need at this moment is a suitable test volunteer.
就因为在家里憋久了呀，然后我也有那种感觉，就是说，如果我在家里再继续这么待的话，就感觉人都快疯了。后来就是说，黄奇老师就建议我，他说你要不要来深圳体验一下？完了以后我就说，那就当出来散心吧，然后我就出来了。
On a trip of more than 2,000 kilometers, Gu Yue was apprehensive, not knowing whether hope or disappointment awaited him.
就是一会儿需要您戴上这个臂环，然后来控制这个手做一些动作。试着想象一下，控制您的左手的食指动一下。再回忆一下之前那个手的感觉，哎，动了，好，然后再握拳。这个太好了，这个太好了，可以，对，效果很好，不错。
做完以后，黄秋老师特别高兴，你知道吗？就是像发现新大陆一样。当时我也很高兴，我说，哎，居然还真有这样的东西，这个东西是个好东西，很高科技，我想动哪个动哪个。
The intelligent arm itself contains many mysteries within it. In addition to the bionic curvature of the human wrist, it also integrates 4 categories: position, strength, posture, and acceleration, all within a small cavity, with a total of 16 sensors that simulate the perception of the human hand, making the arm not only flexible to operate, but also precise in controlling grip strength. This is the first time in 2 years that Gu Yue has smiled from the bottom of his heart. He tried it again and again, and was so happy he didn't want to stop. Huang Qi used an intelligent mechanical hand to help Gu Yue restart his life. This is his starting point, but it is still far from the end.
然后甚至在将来的话，我们希望就是以这种残疾朋友为契机，然后迎接一种叫做半机器人时代的来临。因为就是人跟机器的共融共生是未来就是人工智能发展的一个很关键的一个方面。它们与机器人的融合，其实是将来全人类都需要关注的一个点。
大家看一下这个假肢。
Gu Yue was filled with confidence, and the feeling of exuberance within made him want to share it with other amputees. So he decided to become a product tester for the company. The journey from despair to hope is only an arm's length.
就是给更多的人去看，让更多人去知道和了解，希望能够帮到像我这样经历的人解决掉这些问题，让他也能像我一样这样走出来吧。
所以说他现在好像完全走出来了，我特别敬佩他们，感谢他对儿子们的帮助。现在那个科技那么好，他们能发展的那种，可能是要帮助好多人，我觉得挺好的。
When technology is integrated with people, it is no longer a lifeless theory. When people work together, there is light after darkness. The beauty and hope that AI gives to people is like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's human instinct to help the weak become strong, and people can become even kinder, empowered by science. Huayin in Shanxi province has long been the gateway to the northwest from China since the Qin dynasty. In September, nearly 17,000 acres of corn will be ripe, and each crop is growing energetically and awaiting the harvest. But the farmers, who should have been joyful, were in despair.
这是那个草地太阳的那个假死性，碰到外来，它觉得对它有危害的东西的时候，它是卷起到一块儿。一只的特征就是头部有个倒 Y 字形的纹儿，尾部后边有4个黑点， 这4个黑板主要是称整法。
Farmers are very anxious due to a relentless competitor for their corn, the fall armyworm moth. Nicknamed the marching moths, they are a vast army of insects with a huge appetite that has rapidly advanced, having just flown up from southern China into Shanxi province. Before arriving in Huayin County, the fall armyworm moths had already infested nearly 83,000 acres of cornfields, and the battle for food between humans and pests was already heating up. Manual spraying can't keep up with the moth infestation, spanning 100 kilometers daily. If the spread is not controlled, the corn yield this year will be reduced, or there will be no harvest at all. At the same time, the research and development team at XAG's headquarters in Guangzhou was fine-tuning a new weapon, the P-20 Intelligent Plant Protection Drone, nicknamed the Kestrel. A battle is about to begin against the fall armyworm moth. The Kestrel drone, flying fast at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour, can flexibly deploy combat formations via the Beidou satellite positioning and intelligent control systems. In order to prevent the moths from spreading and escaping, the drone team decided to split up into 2 groups, centering on the most severely affected areas and forming a tight flanking formation. It was an inevitable victory for the drones. After 7 days and 7 nights, the drones sprayed and killed the moths at dozens of times the rate of manual spraying, completely controlling the expansion of the fall armyworm moth and preserving 18,500 acres of corn. Now the endless fields are back to their former beauty and peacefulness. These smart plant protection drones are the work of a group of young people who call themselves wind chasers.
咱们在城市里面已经有非常多的智能化的工具来帮助我们实现便利的生活和生产，而在农田里面，千百年来这些工具没有变过。
Satellite positioning, artificial intelligence, and 5G communication have come to agriculture's rescue. Peng Bin and his team hope that artificial intelligence can truly help the hard-working farmers.
我们看到广袤的这个农田的时候，农户在用人工的方式给棉花打落叶剂的时候，我们就觉得这个太落后了，所以当时我们以这个原点为出发，去做了这个农业的无人机。
These cool-looking plant protection drones are smart and versatile with the help of AI. In September in Xinjiang, the sun is blazing, and 200,000 acres of cotton in Yuli County is in the harvest season. The ripe bolls are hidden in dense leaves, causing difficulty even for the most advanced picking machines in the world. Spraying defoliants is very labor-intensive, painstaking, and inefficient. The time has come for the kestrels to show their might, but first they must obtain an important piece of information.
首先呢，我们有一款设备叫做极匣，这款设备呢，相当于是这个无人机的眼睛。
X-Mission is the latest plant protection surveillance drone developed by Peng Bin's team and is equipped with a sophisticated AI analysis system, making it a close partner of the Kestrel. In just a few minutes, a tactical map for spraying defoliants on a 35-acre cotton field was drawn up after being photographed and scanned by X-Mission and then calculated using AI. Receiving the map, a group of 3 kestrels formed a formation and began a meticulous carpet spraying of the area. At this time, the Beidou satellite positioning system was guiding the kestrel's position, ensuring that the margin of error was no more than 1 meter.
比如说，我们现在用无人机去检测病虫害，帮助农民提前去做出一些判断。所以，经过5年的这个时间，我们研发，然后包括应用，我们可以看到，现在在使用咱们无人机的区域里面，至少农药的使用可以降低30%左右。
This is the third year the XAG team has come to Xinjiang. The plant protection drone has become a handy assistant for cotton farmers to look forward to every year.
你这个飞高多少？地开20米，20米。
所以这个就是我们看到的技术，它永远是在下降的价格，所以我们一定要让无人机越来越智能化。
As of August 2020, in China, smart plant protection drones have served more than 8.72 million farmers and 100 million acres of farmland. The dream of flying is just the starting point of a new era. And in the near future, there will be millions of smart systems and pieces of equipment in China's farmland to assist manual planting and harvesting, to alleviate the hard work of farmers who've been working for thousands of years. In this era of artificial intelligence, it will also maintain China's agricultural production and food security for 1.4 billion people. Hulunbuir, at a latitude of 47 degrees north, is China's golden pasture. As an important supplement for human beings to acquire energy, milk as a protein source has existed for more than 6,000 years. Chichiga Ma wakes up early in the morning to make milk tea from fresh milk and curd cheese from milk that's been fermented for 2 days to prepare for her grandchildren's holiday. The weather in the grasslands is unpredictable, and the pasture areas are scattered and remote. Every week, Ye Wenhui travels between the laboratory and different farms, eager to obtain data about newborn babies. The first 1,000 days of life is defined by the World Health Organization as the window of opportunity for human growth and development. Breast milk is the source of almost all a child's nutrition during the first 6 months of life.
目前全球的母乳喂养率还基本达不到40%，所以说还有很多的宝宝是不能够喝到妈妈的母乳的。那么我们去研究婴儿配方奶粉，就是为了喝不到妈妈母乳的这些宝宝，他们能够达到喂养母乳的这种效果。
Cow and goat milk are the basis for formula and protein. The standards for infant formula are as strict as any medicine. In China's smart cattle farms, AI has taken over the first line of defense in guarding safety and quality. Accurate, efficient, and meticulous, AI will provide a comprehensive and continuous guarantee for Ye Wenhui's research. A smart ear tag is something the cattle wears and is a lifelong companion. The ear tag is partnered with the smart identification portal. Every time the cows pass by, the body temperature, step count, daily routine, and other data are all accurately transmitted to the database. The identification capability of this AI system allows a dozen feeders to readily get a detailed grasp of the condition of 6,800 cows. The health of cows is directly related to the safety and yield of milk, and the precisely proportioned alfalfa feed is the cow's food. Cows prefer cold to heat, so the smart sprinkler system takes care of that and delivers a cool, comfortable shower every afternoon, right on time. Escaping the heat, the cows take a pleasant walk around the exercise yard and occasionally exchange affection for each other. The real-time online smart ear tags communicate with the smart identification portal again. And through the IoT, the cow's milk production of the day is uploaded in real time, and every drop of milk is monitored and managed by the digital system. The milk produced by smart animal husbandry is the most important raw material in creating infant formula, which can safely and accurately complement human milk.
我们从2003年开始到现在获得的数据是达到了1000万级的，这么大量的一个数据去支持我们做婴幼儿配方奶粉的研发的。我们希望中国宝宝能够喝到符合中国婴幼儿生长发育所需要的这些配方奶粉。
Contamination, a nemesis of dairy safety, is seamlessly and strictly monitored from transportation to sterilization, from processing to packaging.
我们要求牛奶从牧场的牛体挤出到工厂必须小于24小时。先进的加工设备有一些中控系统，包括我们的全自动的生产线，还有我们的机械手和码多机器人等。这些设备利用以后呢，大大的加快了我们牛奶的处理效率。
After nearly 1,000 tests, the milk has been quietly hidden away in this intelligent factory. Tightly interconnected pipes and sensitive intelligent inspection systems closely monitor the flow of cow's milk. With China's milk consumption reaching 13 million tons in 2019, AI is guarding its safety and quality. From the formula prepared by Ye Wenhui for children, to milk and yogurt, all of which are being shipped across China and the rest of the world to meet people's needs for a better life. All intelligence in the era of AI comes from big data, better algorithms, and greater computing power. The intelligent computing power of the central processing unit is the real hero behind the scenes, ever present, invisible, yet everywhere. From a kingdom of bicycles to the world's largest public transportation nation in just over 4 decades, China's subway mileage will reach 6,000 kilometers by 2020, with 1.7 billion trips by subway in August 2020 alone. The subway is expanding rapidly in China, and the annual passenger traffic of nearly 20 billion rides puts unprecedented pressure on travel efficiency. After retirement, 58-year-old She Jungfeng enjoys a pleasant and leisurely life. The number 8 bus has carried She Jungfeng's memories for more than 30 years. Before she retired, she was a star bus conductor in Tianjin, and being busy was the watchword of her work.
82年呢，我参加工作，那年呢我才19岁，来到公交呢，八路车队。原先我们乘务员确实手忙脚乱，上了多少乘客，我们还得按站，还得记着乘客从哪站上，从哪站下。 还得撕票，还得找钱，很麻烦，很麻烦的。
Nowadays, the subway in China is synonymous with speed, and with it comes a very dense passenger load. Xiaohuafang Station is an important hub of the Tianjin Metro, with an average daily passenger flow of more than 200,000 people. Station attendants are overwhelmed with manual work. In 2019, a smart turnstile gate officially commenced duty in Xiaohuafang Station. Its efficiency drawing from the core component of the internal Phytium Central Processing Unit, an authentic Chinese chip.
CPU 呢是我们各种的信息处理装置的核心，是否能够提供足够的性能，是否能够提供足够的这个安全性，对芯片呢提出了很高的要求。
Do Qiang, a Chinese chip scientist, has been leading a team since 2005 to build a miniature brain with computational power on a silicon wafer the size of a fingernail, with tens of billions of crystals lined up. The upcoming new generation of processors will also push China's chip technology to new speeds. Identifying, authenticating, debiting, opening and closing the gates, all these actions are performed in less than 5 seconds in a single operation, and the processor executes dozens of program commands with instant precision. In just 1 square centimeter, weighing just 10 grams, the Phytium processor integrates 5 billion transistors, allowing it to process 48.2 billion instructions per second, equivalent to 482 times the speed of China's first-generation supercomputer, which weighed 2 tons. The development and application of the Phytium processor represents a new height in the key field of intelligent manufacturing in China. With more computing power, it can save 1 minute per passenger. According to the total number of passengers in the Tianjin subway in 2019, it will save 530 million minutes, which is equivalent to nearly 1,000 years, and time-based efficiency for overall transportation in China will be astronomical.
核心技术自主创新，总书记也说过，核心技术呢，我们是买不来、换不来的，必须要自己进行研发。那么飞腾呢，始终是坚持这个核心技术自主研发。到目前呢，我们已经积累了20年的这个芯片的研发技术了。到目前呢，我们已经完全掌握了 CPU 芯片的这个研发技术和这个能力。
Much faster and more powerful processes will take root in our daily lives, working under high stress. Perhaps we will never actually see the chip, the hero behind the scenes, but they are closely linked to our lives. Cars are the largest pieces of equipment that most people use daily. And this essential companion, with its power and speed, carries our dreams and motivates us. Safety and efficiency in car travel is a problem in today's world, and a challenge for China as well. Beijing is a megacity of 21 million people, more than New York and London combined. With more than 6.3 million vehicles and huge crowds of travelers, the pressure of rush hour traffic is increasing daily. To make travel safer and more efficient, Chinese scientists are making audacious attempts to drive through change. Three months ago, Gu Sijia moved from Shenzhen to Beijing to start a new career.
周二的早高峰，我们看一下最新路况。现在北五环的来广营东侧西向东外侧车道有事故，后车注意避让。另外呢，现在的西二环广安门到阜成门。
Like other young white-collar workers in China, Gu Sijia is free to choose the work she loves, but she can't avoid the stresses of traveling every day.
平时因为工作性质的关系，涉及到不少要外出开会，然后见这个合作伙伴、客户。如果说是在路上有一丝耽误的话，就是比较严重的问题。
Gu Sijia, one of the first users of autopilot cars in China, began her journey to a life transformed by artificial intelligence.
等一下，我们15分钟能到吗？因为我还会蛮着急的。
好，没问题。
好呀，好呀，谢谢啦。
自动模式启动，现在出发，让行，通过。
This is a Pony autopilot car, and driving the vehicle is just a small test. Today's road conditions are rather congested, and Pony's smart driving system, through the analysis of real-time road conditions and data, decisively switches routes, bypassing the road where the accident is. Behind the intelligent autopilot car, there is a young R&D team that is monitoring and analyzing the Pony car's driving data in the background through IoT wireless technology.
我们有激光雷达、毫米波雷达以及摄像头，这个就像人类开车时候的眼睛，还有我们的深度学习的算法，其实就相当于是人的大脑。整体来说，我们的自动驾驶系统就是一个虚拟的机器来实现的一个驾驶员。
Perception, memory, and computation are the keys for AI to imitate human driving. And China's massive transportation system and vast amounts of data are rich teaching materials for deep learning by AI.
绝大部分的交通事故都是由于不遵守交通规则、疲劳驾驶这些人为的一些因素造成的。那么自动驾驶的出现肯定会大幅的减少这样的交通事故的发生。
When human drivers face sudden danger, visual signals into the brain require an average of 0.5 to 2 seconds to decide and react. If the car is going 100 kilometers per hour, 2 seconds means 54 meters, and the consequences are unimaginable. These are insurmountable human physiological shortcomings.
这时候，其实你看到这个行人，他是低着头在走的。他看到我们的一瞬间，他是非常的惊讶，然后他是往旁边跳的。 但其实这时候我们整个车已经刹停了，
所以实际上它的感知的这个范围是比人类的司机还要更加广的。我们的自动驾驶系统可以在0.1秒内就可以进行处置，在极端情况或者是突发情况下，自动驾驶其实更加安全。
At the beginning, cars were just machines controlled by humans. But with the empowerment of AI systems, they have become skilled, safe, and efficient all-rounders. At the start of summer, Beijing heads into its thunderstorm season, which is the most exciting and busy time for test engineer Zhang Ligang. The rain and vapor creates the best and most natural test conditions. The perception system of an autonomous vehicle is similar to the human eye. Rain, fog, and spray all create problems, so the AI system can be prone to misjudgment or delayed decision-making. Safety is a common problem of normal driving and autonomous driving. To ensure the safety of drivers and pedestrians on the road, AI is constantly learning and making its final preparations for the official launch for Chinese travelers on the road.
自动驾驶其实我认为有非常大的社会价值。那我们的目标和愿景是希望自动驾驶的技术能够改变我们的出行和交通运输这个行业，让他们更加有效率，更加的便捷。在未来经过一段时间的发展，自动驾驶系统可以把人类从驾驶汽车的这种繁重的工作中解放出来，让我们的生活变得更加的美好。
Here in Beijing's Haidian district, China's first autonomous driving test area, this little guy, White Rhino, is working alone on a delivery job. Unlike the pony car, which is accompanied by a driver, the White Rhino is a fully autonomous Lone Ranger. AI can progressively enhance the performance of the car on the road. China's IoT system allows the White Rhino to complete its last 5K of deliveries through varying road conditions with ease.
生活物资啊，快递、外卖都可以减轻人的劳动力的付出，更加安全高效，然后降低我们的这个成本，未来让我们的生活更加的自动化。
The night in Beijing is quiet and beautiful, and Ge Sijia enjoys some coziness after a busy day. At the same time, the tireless artificial intelligence system is continuously deep learning to help with the rapid evolution of driverless cars. From October the 10th, 2020, driverless cabs have started operating on a test road in Beijing. In the future, AI will be in more cities, serving Chinese people's transportation needs, being more intelligent and safer. A more efficient era of travel in China has begun.
这片山区啊，信号遮挡特别严重。过一个山，有点信号就没有了。来的路上就是这个感觉，对，突然有，突然就没有。
This is the third time that Ma Xiao, an adventure enthusiast, has led a team to this mountainous region of Daba. This time he will escort satellite communications expert Wang Peng.
从这个方向过来的，就是
对，尽量四周都能远离这个比较陡峭的这个地形。
High-intensity work and unknown difficulties made this operation a true stargazing trip. At 11:02 on January the 16th, 2020, China's first low-orbit broadband communication satellite with a communication capacity of 16 gigabytes was successfully sent into space and entered a predetermined orbit, taking a key step towards China's space internet. With unprecedented high speed and low latency, results will influence the future layout of even more satellite groups. For Wang Peng, Ma Xiao selected an extremely remote village on the satellite's orbit, Taolong Township, Beishuan County, Sichuan Province, 3,200 meters above sea level with high forested terrain and changing weather conditions that make it a perfect test site. Due to the rotation of the Earth, the first launched satellite only has 2 chances to fly over Beichuan each day. There is a fleeting test window of about 5 minutes each time. Towards evening, the test team finally arrives. The hosts, Mrs. Yu and her family, are old friends of Ma Shao.
来，这是我们银行的同事。
你们吃饭了没有？
还没吃呢。
那我叫你们做啊。
好嘞，好嘞，我去看看厨房做什么吃的啊。你们随便参观。
After repeated surveys to confirm that the latitude, longitude and topography of Mrs. Yu's house matched the degree of difficulty required for the test, Wang Peng begins final preparations.
他家里呢还有一个小孙女儿叫小鱼儿，现在外面的信息接收的比较少，就是因为通讯的问题。
Xiao Yu is curious about the satellite the team has been talking about. Wang Peng and the team also hope to take this opportunity to let Xiao Yu see the outside world through the internet.
来了，咱们碰一个。谢谢。
Old friends, new friends gather together in a place like paradise. The sentiments of a simple village and the very coolest of technologies come together for this special moment. It's late at night, and Wang Peng still can't sleep. Satellite communication relies on a high-precision technical system, which requires more than a dozen key modules to interlock and work together. If any link fails, connectivity will not be achieved.
咱们现在部署在北川的这个终端设备本身会集成一个WiFi 的热点，然后当卫星过境的时候呢，咱们的这个天线会和卫星做一个互相的一个精准指向，同时卫星还会去连接咱们部署在成都大邑的一个星观站，这样的话，卫星过境的时候，用户就可以通过自己的手机或者笔记本电脑连上 WiFi 热点，然后再通过卫星连接到我们的星观站，星观站那边会有一个到达互联网的出口。 这样的话，就实现了咱们从北川这里直接通过卫星接入互联网的这个过程。
The next morning, the rain, which Wang Peng was most worried about, started to fall. Wang Peng's heart felt a little uneasy. He didn't want to miss the test window, and he didn't want to disappoint Xiao Yu's expectations.
卫星啊，卫星就是在天上飞的星星。 这样呢，咱们就能跟很远很远地方的人说话，还能看到他们的样子。
As the window for the test approached, everyone was engaged in an intense but methodical task. Everyone was keen to find out whether the test would be successful and if it would confirm the quality of Galaxy Space's first launched satellite's communication.
这是咱们最后用的那个，
是吗？还有7秒钟，这个天线就开始跟踪了。5、4、3、2、1，好，天线开始跟踪了。
有点做强。
哎，行，我有了，我都有信号了，信号很好这儿。
现在能通吗？
对，
还没通。啊，现在稍等一下子，啊，能听通了。
来，我们来拨一个电话。
Everything is in place, and Wang Peng initiates a video call request.
哎，陆华你好。你好。嗨，哎陆，哎陆华。
陆华叔叔你好，我是小鱼儿。
你好，小朋友。卫星在出之后，它的翅膀是会打开的，也很聪明。它的翅膀打开之后呢，用来接受太阳能。
After testing, the signal strength and connection speed of the first satellite have matched expected requirements. This short 5-minute broadband signal is like a beam of light connecting the world, so that this mountainous area, which was once out of range of communication signals, becomes brightly illuminated.
对于太空互联网，它最大的价值是提供的无所不在的连接。对，我们知道哈，就是接下来的这个时代呢，我们称为叫物联网、万物互联，对吧 ？IoT 的整个的时代，我说网络它像什么？它看上去是小小的电磁波，但是呢，它对于整个地球来讲，它代表的是地球的这样的一个数字时代，代表的是地球的这样的一个数字生命。
The satellite, thousands of miles away, will bring new changes to the lives of people living in the mountains. Like a pathfinder, Galaxy Space's first satellite is a prelude to China's space internet. In the future, there will be more than 2,000 sister satellites, and together they will form a magical constellation, and every corner of China will be covered with high-speed internet signals. The two-day get-together is coming to an end, and Wang Peng and his team will be off to their next test site.
这是我们的卫星模型，喜不喜欢？
喜欢。
喜欢，来拿着，以后好好学习，长大了当科学家。
谢谢叔叔。
5G communication and artificial intelligence will help people link together with the whole world via space.
再见，再见。
This magical seed has taken root in the heart of Xiao Yu, who will be like every child in this fast-developing society, growing and studying together, with technology giving them energy. They will have a better life, a more open future, all interconnected. Empowered by artificial intelligence, this will be a better and more self-confident era.